And as we come inside this arena home to the Kelowna Rockets of the Western Hockey League, there they are. You see the skaters, the pairs already on the ice for their warm-up. It is just after 5 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon here in Kelowna, so good afternoon, good evening to most of the country. I'm Brian Williams. Welcome back to TSN and CTV's continuing coverage of Skate Canada International. Big story earlier today in the dance, the gold medal to Canadians Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier. Hey, you talk about big stories, they abound here this evening. We have the free programs for pairs and the men. We're just about set for skating. They're on the ice behind me, so very quickly we say hello. There they are, to Tracy Wilson and Rod Black. Hey, Rod.
Hey, Brian. Good evening, everybody. Here we go. It is the final night, final sessions for gold medals. We've had gold for Canada. We've had gold for Russia. Good chance we'll have gold for Japan later. But we have Russia and Canada competing in pairs, and I'll tell you what, there's a buzz in this building.
Some of the best pair teams in the world in this competition, and a full house here, and this crowd is excited. Yuzuru Hanyu is in the house.
Yuzuru will skate later. So many Japanese fans who are here who have made the trek, and as we head to the free skate, the young Russian team that finished third at Skate Canada a year ago, Boikova and Kozlovskii, lead the way. Moore-Towers and Marinaro right behind, so close. Tarasova and Morozov currently in third.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez accueillir les premiers concurrents. Representing China, Tang Yang and Yang.
So here are the leadoff hitters. Tang and Yang from China start this pairs competition off. Full house here. Prospera Place in Kelowna, BC. Just a young team making a huge leap to the senior ranks. Get ready for excitement here tonight, folks.
Fourth at Junior Worlds last year. Skating to the greatest showman. And opening with a triple twist. Side-by-side jumps key for all the pair skaters. Triple toes.
It's this moment, don't care walking together. Yeah, I feel a dream, can't you see getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flying open. It's a picture in the puppet and your blood devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of it.
Hey, double axles in combination. Rod, what a start. Once these guys get the side-by-side jumps out of the way, a little bit of pressure relieves itself. Hang on.
Oh,
I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon.
Didn't complete it.
It is so rare to see. That is just timing. He wasn't able to get her up. Just a miscue. Very costly miscue. And rare to see.
Especially from the Chinese teams known for their lifts. Interesting reset now. They've got to go clean.
Oh. Beautiful height. Time to the music.
Never be enough. Never be enough. Towers of gold are still to live. These hands could hold the world of it all. Never be enough. Never be enough. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant
to this throw triple Salchow. Three lifts in the pairs free skate. Lifts her with ease. Travels across the ice, and what a position. One arm.
They needed that earlier. You know, they've got the stuff. Crowd pleasers, they're so animated. I love this guy. Look at him.
He said that close. He turned to his coach. That close. Timing on a lift. Nonetheless, great debut for this team at Skate Canada.
We are back live. Prospera Place in the Okanagan, Kelowna, BC. So many great Chinese teams, so acrobatic from the past. This is a young team, and this is a team that can do some great stuff. Struggled with one lift. No struggle in the side-by-sides.
Well, and so good for them landing these jumps. So the first three elements they went through, tick, tick, tick. And now let's take a look at the lift. They get a, oh, she jumps, he's not ready, just a little bit far apart. You watch his strength and hers. And now they have to regroup, and you can see the look on her face. What do we do now? That's never happened before. Well, you get right back in the game. And that's what they did.
This one was right in front of us. I don't know if the television does it justice. How dangerous, how difficult, and how good this stuff is.
And here you can see how their lift, or the throw, triple Salchow, just covers the ice. And a final lift here. Again, look at his blades on the ice, traveling easily across the ice. Beautiful position, right by our booth.
They're great expressions, particularly young Tang Yang with Tang. She's 16, he's 21. They're coming out of the world junior ranks, and they are going to be a force in pair skating down the road.
Program choreographed by Canadian Zakuski. In terms of points, the costliest mistake is coming down on a lift, and they lose about 8 points on that mishap in the lift.
Could be costly. They came in 7th of the 8 teams in the short program, so a chance for a couple of other teams to jump over them. There's the overall score. Short program matched with the free skate. Again, keep track of all of the technical scores in the left of your screen during the skate. You can watch the grade of execution and get a good idea of who's following who. And now the buzz is for the Canadians.
Representing Canada, Evelyn Walsh and Trent Michaud.
Silver medalists at the Nationals. Went to the World Championship. Breakthrough season for Evelyn Walsh and Trent Michaud. Come in after an 8th place in the short program. So some work to do here in the free skate.
This program was choreographed by Eric Radford. Song called One.
Is it getting better?
11 elements in the pairs program make up the technical score. Opening with their death spiral. Marks awarded for degree of difficulty from the tech panel and quality from the judges.
One love, it's one me.
The quality marks, the GOE, are in green. Red if the quality is not up to par. Oh, triple toe, double toe. A second jumping pass coming here, side-by-side triple Salchows.
Down she goes, and those side-by-sides are the great separator.
You act like you never had
In pair skating. Gotta land them.
and you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. One, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other. One.
Struggle here for Walsh and Michaud.
Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus?
2018, they were 6th at Junior Worlds. Last year, competed in the senior ranks at Worlds and finished 12th. But technically, they're challenging themselves early in the season. We're seeing that a little bit in this program. A smooth, quick lift. Fantastic ice coverage.
Rather than we do it again, you say love is a temple, love the higher love. Love is a temple, love the higher love. You asked me to enter, but then you made me quiet, and I can't be holding on to what you got.
They need this throw rod. Triple toe.
Yes.
One life, you've got to do what you said. One life with each other, sisters, brothers. One life, but we're not the same. Carry each other.
How about that strength and that lift?
One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other.
Appropriate music for a pairs team. And they will carry each other to the national championships. This is a team you can sense they got a spark that could lift them to a podium at this elite level someday. Just not tonight. 18-year-old and the 23-year-old Evelyn and Trent, maiden voyage at the senior level last year, silver medalists at the nationals. There's
That's their triple twist, an element that still needs some refinement, but they're young in the whole scheme of things here. And side-by-side triple jumps, you know, they will be disappointed because there were a number of obvious mistakes.
like this one.
Like the Salchow and the throw, but I wasn't disappointed in them or their material. I like the improvements that I've seen. It's more sophisticated, more mature. I like this program and the work that Eric Radford has done with them and their coach, Allison Perkis. I really think that they're maturing. Last year, they were just little kids who went out there and tried to get the job done technically. Now they're trying to take the next step. And whenever these skaters do that, Rod, when they go from simply worrying about the elements to incorporating the artistry and the transitions between the elements, you know, problems happen, and it takes some time for the two to go together.
Well, working with Eric Radford, who could probably tell them about that journey. Remember when he and Megan DeHamel started, and they were just really out there, really known for their technical stuff. They got better and better. They became champions of the world.
And those small improvements, they take time.
Being around Eric and there's Allison Perkis, their coach. So Trent saying not bad. We'll see them at the Nationals. Canada eyeing up spots for the Worlds in Montreal in the spring. Walsh and Michaud will line up behind the Chinese team right now. There it is. Go home and get some work done.
The next competitors. Veuillez accueillir les prochains concurrents. Representing Canada, Ilyushechkina and Charlie Bilodeau.
It must be a blur to these two. Ilyushechkina and Charlie Bilodeau. Lubov, if you follow skating, used to skate with Dylan Moskovich. She comes from Russia. Charlie used to skate with Julianne Seguin. They were away from partners for a while. They're together here. They were 5th after the short program. New partnership with great hope.
This beautiful program choreographed by Marie-France Dubray and Guillaume Cizeron, the ice dancer, world champion.
Ces falaises blanches, fières dans le vent, je voudrais voir la mer et ces oiseaux de l'air.
Side by side, triple toes. Yeah. Both of them struggling.
Je voudrais voir la mer quand elle est un miroir où passent sans se voir des nuages de laine et les soirs de tempête dans la colère du ciel. Une baleine appeler son amour.
Wow, together 7 months. What a beautiful lift, the ease.
Et danser avec elle pour défier la mort. Je voudrais voir la mer et danser avec elle pour défier la mort.
There, triple Salchows.
For a while, Lubov was partnerless. After Dylan walked away from skating, went to work with Cirque du Soleil. Seems like a natural progression for a pair skater.
Especially her.
And then got called up to try out with Charlie. Now the rest is history.
Oh, very difficult entry. Oh my goodness. And look at that position in the air. You were saying Cirque du Soleil? Final throw triple loop. They need it. And now the highlight. Watch the strength and timing.
Oh my goodness. One of the most ridiculous lifts ever.
Oh boy, does that bring a smile to your face.
Bilodeau. Oh my goodness. That lift is crazy. A team that didn't come here to win a medal. They wanted to put stuff out on the ice. They did, and they delivered. This discipline in this sport is so dangerous and so wild to watch. Richard Gauthier working with Lubov and Charlie, and there's so much there. Now, again, I don't think this was about getting to a podium here. This is about just
Getting on the ice.
Getting on the ice, and there's something else already.
The joy is palpable, and it reached the rafters here in Kelowna. Sloppy start with the side-by-side triples. Other than that, though, I mean, this choreography. Oh, well, I'll let Lubov tell the story. But the speed and the fluidity of this
The softness.
team.
This lift here, love that entry.
You really do not have a sense of their newness. It feels seamless. The choreography, the transitions. Watch how she nails this throw triple loop.
And then this, and everybody's going to be talking about this lift. We have not seen anything like this.
Well, Richard was saying he's been dreaming up lifts. So you have a skater like Lubov, who is not only a Gumby doll, but she's fearless. She loves to fly. And these two, happy to be back at center ice.
I don't know what you call that lift, but I call it incredible. There are the numbers. They're going to have a lot of points for a lot of stuff. They're going to get some deductions and not be rewarded, but this is their first step together, steps together. And for at least a short time, right now they can say they lead the way. And I'll tell you what, this might be a match made in skate heaven. Athletic, artistic, gymnastic, acrobatic. We'll see them at the Nationals.
Please welcome the next competitors. Veuillez accueillir les prochains concurrents. Representing the United States of America, Jessica Calalang and Brian Johnson.
Coming in sixth after the short program, just behind Ilyushechkina and Bilodeau, our final team in this first group from the United States. Jessica Calalang and Brian Johnson, who skated last week at Skate America in Las Vegas. Just off the podium, they finished fourth.
Tremendous power. Gorgeous triple twist. Again, it's the side-by-sides that tend to tell the tale. The pairs, a real separator, and they have triple sow cows coming up here. how beautiful. The unique positions.
Cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please calm down. I climb every mountain, swim every ocean,
Just to be with you and fix what I've broken.
I need you to see that you are the reason.
There goes my hand shaking, and you are the reason. My heart keeps bleeding. I need you now.
If I could turn back the clock, I'd make sure the light defeated the dark. I'd spend every hour of every day keeping you safe. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. I'd climb every mountain,
Swim every ocean.
'cause I need you to see that you are the reason.
So you see those technical marks already ahead of Ilyushechkina and Bilodeau. Keep in mind, this first flight is all about the newbies, those new teams that have been together and only for a couple of seasons, including these two. The Americans will see another United States team coming up in our next flight, as well as the Canadians and the Russians. One near Chicago, one near Detroit. They skate alongside the other American team that we'll watch, and they're coached by Jenny Mino and Todd Sand, Jessica Calalang and Brian Johnson.
And you see the height they get on that opening triple twist, such a key element in pair skating. A lot of distance between them and real jumping issues in being able to rotate the triple jumps. Other than that, though, the lifts were fantastic. A very, very high technical difficulty and the quality. Look at that position. And they handle it with ease. Yeah, that's it. And I can't stress enough how strong this pairs field is. I'm betting at least 3 of these teams will be in the top 5 at the World Championships. And as you say, they're to come. The newer teams in this flight, newer teams that are showing a lot of promise. Look at Jessica's position here in the air. Right there. Whoops. See how strong he is.
The core strength of all the male pair skaters. And, you know, through the history of skating, we've seen that. But maybe never like it is now. So much.
And it's not just brute force, it's finesse as well. It's that combination.
And great skating. Imagine trying to do that.
The scores, please.
Gonna be a daredevil plus being a
Pre-program score.
great skater at the same time.
119.00 with a total
Lubov and Charlie led by 6 points before them, so that 6-point cushion really keeps the Canadian team, Ilyushechkina and Bilodeau, on top. So the worst that Lubov and Charlie can finish is 5th. 4 teams to skate. 192.47 is that number to beat right now. Calalang and Johnson in 2nd. Tang Yang and Walsh and Michaud. And again, this is the 2nd event of the Grand Prix circuit. Last week's Skate America, the 6th leading up to the Grand Prix final. What you want to do is get yourself on the podium, something that Moore-Towers and Marinaro have a chance at. Very strong chance at. Such a close competition in the pairs in Kelowna.
Incredible work. I cannot believe the number of ways they have found to improve their game. Sensational.
And as we come back to Prospera Place in downtown Kelowna, Group 2 in the pairs free skate now on the ice for their warm-up. Heading into tonight's free skate, Canadians Kirsten Moore-Towers and Michael Marinaro stood 2nd. It's interesting. This new season for Moore-Towers and Marinaro begins with a new home base. A new home base that's not far from their hometowns.
This off-season was very eventful for us. We moved to Oakville, Ontario from Montreal.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough decision that we weren't expecting to have. When it came down to it, we did what we thought was best for us.
Our 2 main coaches had decided to sort of end their coaching partnership, and Bruno Marcotte was moving to Oakville. So we were faced with the choice of staying with Montreal and our current team, minus Bruno, and moving to Ontario and starting a whole new one.
When Mike and Kirsten told me that they wanted to come and move to Oakville with me, obviously I was very excited because, I mean, you couldn't ask for better to start a brand new center with a national champion, and always had an amazing relationship with those 2 skaters.
So it's a combination of you being a bit quick, don't want to rise, and you like almost trying to work too much here instead of just relying on your rhythm.
Yeah, Bruno really takes our opinion. We have conversations together and make decisions together. That's not to say that he's not the boss. He absolutely is the boss. But we needed that freedom and that ownership.
Good job, Kirsten.
I need to keep remembering that curve. So long as I'm on a circle,
Then you're okay.
I'm okay.
I'm from Sarnia, Ontario. It was quite the trek from Montreal, so I didn't get home too often. Luckily now, being in Oakville, I'm getting home almost every single weekend.
I was born and raised in St. Catharines, Ontario. That's about 45 to 50 minutes from here. So for the first 3 months of our training in Oakville, I actually stayed at home, which was fantastic.
Yeah, it's definitely a big transition from Montreal, where we were skating with pretty well mostly only adults, and now the crowd is a lot younger, so we have to step up and be positive role models pretty well at all times.
We've embraced this leadership role, especially towards the end of our career. We're comfortable with who we are as people and as athletes, and who we are as a team. And so we cherish the ability to help Bruno, who's already doing a fantastic job.
Good job.
Moore-Towers and Marinaro still to come. Stay with us, back live in Kelowna right after this.
So here is Group 2. Flight towards the pairs medals that will be decided here over the next 30 to 45 minutes. Knierim's from the United States. Husband and wife will skate first. 2 Russian teams, and then Kirsten Moore-Towers and Michael Marinaro. It is a draw. They are the last place team. How does that affect skating last for Moore-Towers and Marinaro?
It depends on the skater, but whatever position you draw, you make that in your mind the best place to skate.
Good point.
There's no other choice.
So Alexa and Chris Knierim, United States champions, come in 4th position, 5 points out of 1st.
U.S. champions in 2018. Last year at Nationals, Chris had a hand injury. They dropped to 7th in the standing, and he had surgery on that hand almost immediately. One of their best elements, triple twist, as good as any she'll see in the world today.
Finished as high as 7th in the world back in 2015. They are capable. Need these.
Side-by-side triple sow cows. Not bad at all. Just a hand down, getting the rotation done. Key for this pair going forward. Oh, lots of height.
That travels.
But a 2-foot landing. So problems with the grade of execution on that element. And that's such a separator in the pairs free skate, especially among these top teams. You need to see GOEs in the green. That's going to set the winners from the almost.
Such a towering figure on the ice. Oh, able to complete that.
Fantastic dismount. Watched this team for many years, and I have to say this is one of my favorite skates of theirs ever.
They will love that. See their coaches in the background, also a husband and wife team. Knierims, the United States, trying to become U.S. champions again this year, trying to get to the podium here in Kelowna. 28-year-old Alexa, 32-year-old Chris skated for a long time. Partnership on and off the ice. Went to the Olympics 2018, finished 15th. Helped the United States win a bronze medal in the Olympic team event.
Opening move. Let's watch this. She vaults, he throws her, catches her well above his head and gently puts her down. That's their strength. This their weakness in past. triple toe. She did a double toe, he did a single toe. So you get credit for the least amount of rotations. He puts his hand down there. And I think of this program, that's what's going to get in their way somewhat. It's just the little details that they miss. The step out here, there. Watch the height on this. But then the 2-foot landing. And so, Rod, you know what, the pair skaters are all pretty much doing the same thing. Those GOEs are gold.
Good fight on that.
Strength plus. A chance here to put some numbers up. They came in with a 2.5-point lead over Lubov and Charlie, Ilyushechkina and Bilodeau. Again, they were 5 points back of the leaders.
The scores.
Jenny Mino and Ton Sand, former U.S. champions, their coaches.
The free program score, 128.29, with a total score.
They needed 121 to move into first place, so they get that.
There's overall score of 199, so close to breaking 200.
And their season best, which was 131.58, so we'll watch that number now. Knierim's lead.
Representing Russia.
Two Russian teams now back-to-back. Here's the higher-ranked Russian team in the world, but lower-ranked in this competition. They finished in third place in the short program yesterday. Three-time Russian pairs champions, two-time European champions, two-time world silver medalists. Evgenia Tarasova and Vladimir Morozov just finished off the podium at the Olympics in Pyeongchang in fourth place. They couldn't miss.
Effortless speed, triple twist. They're in third because of a jumping error in the short program. Their first side-by-side jumps coming up now. Triple sows. And she popped. They need these triple toes. Three-jump combination, very difficult.
Big points for that, though.
Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Great touchdown.
The height, it's a controlled explosion. Unconventional music, choreography by 2018 Olympic champion, Maxime Trankov. Oh, he's absolutely stunned.
That is a huge mistake.
10 points on the table with their GOEs.
Here comes another lift. They recover from that one miss. Costly miss. Also missed the side-by-sides. World silver medalist. Look at how shocked he is. Early in the season, but you've got to be sharp. That could have been disastrous. We'll come and chat with Coach Marina Zueva. Helped choreograph the great Gordieva and Grinkov. I don't think any words need to be spoken. They kind of knew exactly the misses. They had some great things, of course.
Well, they were racking up the GOEs throughout this performance. The Salchow and a difficult entrance. She opens up on hers.
They made everything else, though.
Yeah, less than a point on that. This is really difficult for the pair skaters in sync to get the 3-jump combination. Look at this loop. Look at her position in the air. Just exquisite. Now here's a look at the lift, and she's just way out. She needed to be able to jump around and get over his head, and they were totally out of position coming around the corner.
Built up a lot of points, though, Tracy, with all the other stuff.
Oh, no question. I mean, the quality of this team and very, very difficult choreography. I love these guys. I think they've never been able to get it all together to realize their potential. Working alongside Marina Zueva, Maxime Trankov, actually the 2014 Olympic champion who choreographed this program. It's a hard program to do. It's only going to get better with time.
They still should get into the lead, though.
128.72.
They needed 126. They had a lead. They're not happy with their performance. They're going to still win a medal here. But remember, this is the second-ranked team in the world. They came here with one goal in mind, gold. Nothing else matters. Now they have to sit and wait to see the next two teams, and they're being pushed in their country by the team that's on the ice right now. Tarasova and Morozov, 202.29. Two teams remain. Moore-Towers and Marinaro are last.
Russia, Alexandra Boikova and Dmitry Kozlovskii.
But here are the leaders after the short program. Alexandra Boikova, Dmitry Kozlovskii, teenagers. Third at the Russian Nationals, behind Tarasova and Morozov, the champions. Team that broke onto the scene last year at Skate Canada has not looked back.
Program choreographed by '88 Olympic dance champion Natalia Bestemianova and her husband Igor Bobrin. Skating to James Bond. Side-by-side triple Salchows to open. Last year was their first year at the senior level, 6th at Worlds. Adding a new throw this year, throw triple flip. So cleverly timed to the music.
Key jump. Look at them racking up those points. Remember, they led coming in.
Strong right to the end. Final lift, flipping in the air.
Wow,
stunning positions.
They flirted with perfection here.
Yes, they have. Charming choreography.
For you, I have to risk it all. 'Cause the red is on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. A year ago,
wow,
they were the can't-miss kids, and now they're taking aim at everybody, including their countrymen. They're going to be the leaders, and they're going to put the pressure on MTM. You might be looking at a team that could become a world championship pair team sooner than later, maybe even an Olympic pairs team. Remember, they're just 17 and 19. They're taking on all comers and challengers. They did not make mistakes here.
In fact, on their side-by-side jumps alone, they picked up over 13 points. They were coming off the ice. They stopped. They saluted their coach, the great Tamara Moscovina. She has a training center in St. Petersburg that was set up and is sponsored by Anton Sikerlidze. And he's giving back to the sport and paying for the costs. I thought the choreography was absolutely charming. Lifts timed beautifully with the music.
They're just kids. They only need 126.85 to lead. They're going to get that and more.
And just racking up the points for the quality of each element. Tamara used to talk to me last year about this team, and she said, yeah, well, they're new and they're rough, but boy, they have excellent elements. And yes, they do. And can they get better? There's some improvements there in terms of speed across the ice on that lift. But they have so many fantastic qualities. The most important is being able to handle this level of competition and nail the landings of those jumps.
My Russian isn't very good, but I can tell you that they're very happy and sending the message to their friends and family and a message to the rest of the pairs world, because guess what? They have a chance to win a gold medal here.
Moore-Towers and Marinaro coming in had the highest score of 138.
This is going to blow that away.
Racked up the highest free program score this year.
They deserve it. They're the team to beat right now. They are moments away from winning at least a silver medal. It could be gold. It depends on these two.
Kirsten and Michael on the ice heard that their best score was just beaten. They know they have work to do. They also know they have the material to do it.
Nothing like skating at home. Home ice. They made the move from Montreal to Oakville, and here they are in Kelowna, BC to start the season. They are the Canadian champions and would like to become Skate Canada champions right here.
Choreography by Julie Marcotte. The song, Carry You.
Make. They didn't. Now they have to race for second. Won't be enough here tonight. They know it. Question is, will it be enough for silver?
He's just telling her that he totally skated through his second jump. And in typical Kristen fashion, she said, it's okay. It's all right.
Yesterday, Kirsten Moore-Towers and Michael Marinaro talked about how they were unsatisfied, and they had a great skate yesterday. They won't be satisfied with this. They know there's work to be done.
It's a beautiful program, and they've improved in many ways over the off season. The cleanliness of their triple twist is one of them. Here's a look at their side-by-side triple Salchows, and he just isn't able to land the first one, decides to add the second double toe on. It was a little bit of work for them today.
It was a fight.
You know, and sometimes that's the way it is. A lot of great moments, but when you're following a team that has put up the numbers as that last team had, they know they have to be on. Sometimes you try that little bit harder.
The toe?
Yeah,
like
and I
should be
reached forward.
shoot when we were just...
So how do I not even do a double toe?
He just said, how do I not even do a double toe?
Yeah, those are so many points that are left on the ice right there.
Right, and their elements go so quickly, one after another.
What do we need for third?
Okay, they're trying to figure out, you guys are going to be okay. You're going to be able to come home with the silver.
2 points less, so 124.
And they are master accountants. They know exactly the point totals.
24.
This is still great stuff. And, you know, skating in that last spot, we talked about it. And they may have succumbed to the pressure here tonight.
It's a difficult spot to skate. What these two are focused on, and why, obviously, silver, bronze, they want to get to the Grand Prix final. That's a key place for them, and they need the second place to do that.
Should be able to hang on for second. They need 126.6. They get 132. They get silver. They're relieved with that. They wanted gold.
And you can see his relief. You know, such a difficult jumping pass for him to accept after the work he's done and the quality of his skating.
Yes, the kids have arrived. Their first ever Grand Prix gold medal. In fact, today, that's what this whole day has been about so far. A day of first. Gilles Poirier, Alexandra Trusova, and now Boikova and Kozlovskii back-to-back Russia. The women in the afternoon now in pairs. Boikova and Kozlovskii are Skate Canada champions.
What a sensational team.
They are unbelievable. So too Moore-Towers and Marinaro. MTM have work to do, and here's Sarah.
Thank you, Rod. Obviously not the skate that you two were looking for here, but a sense of relief a little bit still when you saw the marks.
Huge relief. I think making it to the Grand Prix final is a huge goal for us this year, and we knew with this tough event we'd have to bring our best skate, and today we didn't do that, so that was really disappointing for us. We're pleased with the score we got, and it's a bit of a push for us to keep working to improve it in a couple weeks.
I know that you guys have spoken about the desire for the consistency this season. When you look at the rest of your Grand Prix season, what becomes the focus for you?
We just need to learn from the mistakes we made today. That's not what we've been doing in practice. We've been skating very well. There was a couple mistakes in the event before us, but we just need to stick to ourselves and stay with our plan no matter what happens before we hit the ice.
Thank you so much, you two.
Thanks, Sarah.
Rod, Tracy.
Yeah, you gotta love their honesty. They're such candid skaters, and they know what they have to do. Russia bronze, Canada silver, Russian gold. The new kids, their first ever Grand Prix championship at Skate Canada. I'd like to say Skate Canada champion as well. A couple of Russian skaters, Alexandra Trusova earlier today, and now this pairs team that we saw last year just finish off the podium in their breakthrough season. They were fabulous. But let's talk about, first of all, the Canadians. Lyubov Ilyushechkina and Charlie Bilodeau, the new team. Again, not expected to make it to a gold medal spot or maybe even the podium, but what they did here tonight, I think sent some messages to the rest of the world.
They have such a nice way with each other, with the music, and with the audience. And so work to do. They're in good hands with Richard Gauthier. We look forward to seeing them as they progress.
This was Canada against Russia, make no mistake, in the pairs competition. And for Tarasova and Morozov, I think this would have to be disappointing. They know that they're being hunted down as world silver medalists, and they get the bronze medal here in Kelowna.
You have to remember, for all these skaters in this Grand Prix season, they're looking to get to the final. The top 6 do. And so the third place finish does not help their cause. They are an exquisite team, but a lift went down on them, and they left so many points on the table. They come home with the bronze.
MTM, I think we're disappointed, obviously, with the mistakes, but there was a sense of relief when they were able to escape with a silver medal.
Well, you could see Michael Marinaro's face when they did get the silver after the jumping error that he made. And to their credit, they have improved in so many ways. And that was reflected in the judges' scores in terms of the GOEs and the second mark.
The winners and new champions, and I think they're going to be getting used to gold for a while, this young team.
They brought their best game here onto Skate Canada ice. I love them. I love their personality. She's charming, and you can see he is feisty and competitive, but they were able to step up when it counts, and I think overall a fantastic pairs competition.
We'll look back at more of today. We'll get ready for tonight. Yuzu in the house, Namnuan in the house, the men still ahead in Kelowna, BC. And the Worlds in 2020 in the spring to be held in Montreal.
We've been doing it for a lot of years now, and we always love that Canadian Championships and just watching the kids and the provincial teams, and it's really a lot of fun for us. And like you say, a lot on the line with a trip to the Montreal Worlds.
We have had a very exciting and groundbreaking day for so many skaters, because every discipline so far has been a first-time winner in a Grand Prix event, including Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier, who won earlier today in the free dance for Canada.
Their free dance was effortless, or appeared to be effortless, from beginning to end, and it was the quality of the elements that brought them the gold medal in a hard-fought battle with the Americans Hubble and Donahue. Was not an easy win by any stretch of the imagination. An absolute beautiful performance in the free to match their rhythm dance, and watch the smiles. And Piper did not stop.
American-born Piper Gillis, now a Canadian citizen, skates for Canada. They look forward to the national championships. And yeah, there are going to be a lot of Pooh Bears. I don't know if there's any Pooh Bears left in Kelowna, BC. There were tons last night. People are wearing them. They're all over the place. There's going to be probably a cavalcade of Winnie the Pooh here in Kelowna tonight. Yuzu is ready to skate.
And on this Saturday evening, we are back live at Prospera Place in downtown Kelowna, BC, with Skate Canada International. You know, we just saw Moore-Towers and Marinaro win silver in the pairs free. In case you missed it yesterday, they are coached by Megan DeHamel, a former champion here in 2014, and her husband Bruno Marcotte in Oakville, Ontario. Well, yesterday, Bruno and Megan welcomed baby Zoe to the world at 4 pounds 2 ounces. Happy to report baby Zoe, mom and dad, all doing well. We are going to take a break and back with the men's free here in Kelowna. Stay with us. This should be a whole lot of fun right after this.